I believe this should be episode 50.
Number 15. Patent foot lettuce.
God, what is with you guys in garbage memes today? We had to scrap the opening like 5 times because you goddamn assholes will not stop spouting shitty memes. It wouldn't even be bad if they were decent memes, but they're bad memes. Did you just try to number 15 Burger King foot lettuce at me? That's not even good. That one's already stale.
It was stale, just like the lettuce.
This causes me physical pain.
Wait. Eating Tide Pods. Did I do
it? Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 50 of Revival, a Dungeons & Dragons real play podcast that is quickly circling the drain. When we last left you idiots. So, Michael and most of his crew fucked off after you thoroughly thrashed them in a fight that I thought was going to be much harder than it actually was.
There's a trend I'm noticing with that.
Yeah. It's that what, you mean that you guys bitch about how much damage enemies are doing and then you completely steamroll it anyway?
They did a lot of damage.
By completely steamroll, do you mean like I almost died again?
Oh boy, you weren't even close to being out of healing, dailies, or anything else. You got to not use dailies because you're like, I don't need it.
What? I used all of my dailies.
I also used all my dailies.
Yeah, me too. I did not.
People. Well, you didn't use Paralyzing Palm. You didn't use Stun Palm.
Yeah, because it was worthless in that encounter.
Yeah!
I used literally everything else, and I was like 2 HP away from negative half of my, of my half health. Or whatever you call it.
Any dang way. So, as the smoke and dust sort of settles, as Michael and his crew have, thoroughly teleported out, most of the dust being that one guy that Michael kind of absorbed. You know, just full-on KOTOR 1. Good reference.
Good reference.
Yay me.
I think we pointed out.
Yes.
Some Darth Malik shit.
As you're sort of looking around from all of this, Jiron, give me an Arcana check.
All right. Let's do this. That's a 25.
That's a 25? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you're looking around, and you notice that everybody else in the party is dead still. And you see, like, specks of dust floating in the air, immobile.
Oh. Is this some more time bullshit?
You wonder to yourself, and then realize, yeah, probably.
All right. I'm not too sure what to make of this, so I'm just gonna walk around and, like...
It's very difficult. Like, you know when you're running in your dreams and it feels like you're wading through water?
Yeah.
It's like that. So what you're going to see though is you're going to see through one of the windows. You can see through the double doors outside. Through one of the windows, you're going to see Rakata.
Yeah.
Sprint in, basically, grab one of the survivors, and then just vanish out. And then through another window, 25 seconds later, same thing.
While everyone else is, like, frozen in time?
Yes.
Okay. That's fucked up.
Was I down at the end of this last encounter? I can't remember.
No, you kept up.
You got up, but everybody else is time
yeah, I think I rolled
right
a
now.
nat 20, right? Didn't I roll a nat 20 to get up?
Yes, to get back up, yes.
That's right. Hell yeah.
So, what do you do as she's going to come in one more time and lock eyes with you?
I'm going to call out to her. So, Rakata, he was expecting us. Kind of odd.
Shit, Chronomancer. Fuck. Another one?
So you're going to stop right there.
No, I'm not. Shut up.
Man, I really don't want to fight her by myself, so I'm not going to do that.
What? Do that!
Do that? Okay.
So
okay.
she's going to
Hello, we were just betrayed.
I
so
mean,
she's going to look right over at you and say, if you know what's good for you, you're going to stay right there.
You know,
Less talky, more zappy.
okay.
You're paralyzed.
Where is Zep right now? Is he in my shadow?
Yes, you can't really call him due to the lack
Shit.
of mana.
Okay, so I'm out of mana.
No, you're not out of mana. There just isn't enough for him to manifest ambiently.
Okay. So what I was thinking of was like trying to see, would Jerry have any capability of using his shadow to like maybe trap her?
Potentially, you could try.
All right, would that be Arcana?
Sure.
Okay, let's see what we do here. That's a 20 in total.
20 in total?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. So
Fuck.
she's going to you're going to like, send out your shadow. It's going to latch onto her. She's going to grab it. Her hand is going to flash bright. And just look at you. You have no idea what you're doing here, do you?
Can't say that I do. So what I'm going to try and do while I say that is pull on some of my future mana to try and like get more of a grasp on the situation.
So, all right, give me another Arcana check. But as you're doing this, she's kind of jumped in and grabbed a couple more dudes.
Okay.
She's going for the last guy right now.
So she's essentially ignoring me.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's a lot better. 26.
26?
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, this should just be against Will. No.
Fuck!
That 26 is kind of low, dude.
Okay.
For a incredibly high level, archmage sort of thing. So she's going to say, no, stop that. And reach out her hand and just like lock your arms in place. This is your fault. My men are dead because of you people.
Care to explain that to me?
You led that monster on this little scavenger hunt of yours. You gave him the bright idea to do this.
We sent him here? I don't think you know what you're talking about, lady.
I've watched the tapes, you moron.
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah, you've watched the tapes and you still don't know a damn thing about what you're talking about.
No. I know a lot more than you might fucking think.
Elaborate.
You're trying to play the hero, and you're trying to make this whole intricate little thing to make yourselves look so super cool, aren't you? You couldn't just kill him and be done with it. No, you had to play it up. You had to make him seem stronger than he actually is. You know that actually does make him more powerful, right? You had to air everything so more and more people believe in him. You absolute fucking morons. And now, because of you, he's been perfectly validated in his whole end of the world thing.
Well, you see...
And my men are dead because of it. Friendship with Casey aside, none of that is worth losing my men over.
Wow.
So, here's what you're going to do. As she is going to walk over to Elias, pull off the mana mask.
Hey, I need that lady.
Astrally.
You're gonna die here. And you're gonna die heroes. Hell, you saved my men. You stood valiantly against Michael. Oh, how good for you. But I'm a survivor. And I'm not going to bet on the losing horse here.
It explains the sword. But you want to know something?
What?
This whole belief thing is going to kill him.
Yeah. How many people are going to die before it does? 1,000? 100,000?
Sometimes the ends have to justify the means.
Oh, do they now? That's really easy to say when it's not your friends and it's not your family that are dying.
Well, maybe when
you're not the one paying the price.
We're all going to pay the price if he doesn't die.
Oh, fantastic. So why didn't you kill him?
Well, we can't necessarily teleport after him now, can we?
Oh, wow.
We were really close,
like
weren't we?
Let me look. Oh, it's not like you have, let's see here. This, and she's going to point at Patton, or this, points at John. Oh, I'm sure neither of them could figure out anything of what's going on here. They couldn't figure out any of that, could they?
Well, you know, they never really explained it to me, but...
Or you're a fucking chronomancer.
I just went through some portals.
Do you have any idea how ridiculous it is right now that you're currently able to talk to me?
You know, ever since the leeches, I kind of just been rolling with things. But yeah, it is kind of ridiculous, I'll admit that.
Yeah, you think?
So, about the whole us dying here thing, that's not gonna happen, I'm sorry.
Oh, really now, really?
Yeah,
you see,
just can't let that happen.
Here's the thing. Here's what I'm going to do, and here's what you're going to do. If you make it out of here, and you go after Michael and you do your thing and you take him down, fantastic. I win. My men get to live. Everything goes just fine. If you die here, then Michael is going to stop his stupid nonsense. And that's also fine. So
then let me go kill him.
Sure. You can do that, but I'm not helping you.
Cool. Don't need it. As you can see, we can handle ourselves until time stops.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which that guy can't really do.
So, and she's going to finish taking those off, and then she's going to just stay right there for a second for me. Does a 37 hit your will?
Probably.
Yes. So,
yeah.
You're going to sort of black out for a second there. And then when you wake up, you look around, everybody is resuming time right where they were, except none of you have your mana gear anymore. Except for Patton, who's still got his suit.
Not good. Not good at all. Okay. So everyone's like...
Yeah, everybody's back. Hey guys, everybody who wasn't Jaron. All those dudes you saved just kind of vanished.
Guys, we need to run. We need to run now.
Where's Specky?
Specky's still with you.
Cool. Backpack mode.
I'll explain everything while we're running. We've got to go.
Alright, I run.
Patton will sprint.
Okay, where are you guys going, by the way?
We
to our hopefully still functioning car.
I'm gonna say start explaining.
Alright, so that Rakata VOD, she set us up entirely. She can also stop time, and I don't know how she does that. Apparently I'm a chronomancer. Elias, you can explain that to me maybe.
No, I can't.
Also, apparently Michael gets stronger the more of this we air. The more people believe in this, the stronger he gets.
Yes, well, I'm fairly certain everyone here was aware of that.
John, were you aware of that?
Yeah, I thought that was our working theory.
So what happened? What happened to all the people that were here, Jerry? Did they just disappear as well, or did?
More importantly, where is our mana gear?
I think that's why we're running.
Running seems to be probably a bad idea. I think we should pace ourselves, maybe not sprint.
So if you're outside and you look for that buggy, yeah, it's not here.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Obviously not.
Can I roll perception to see if there's any trace of where it went? If it went back towards Teotwawki, or if it went in another direction?
Sure.
All right. That is a 25 in total.
So on a 25, you can see that there's some very obvious like skim marks that lead just directly back. Yeah, it's going back to Teotwawki.
I knew I shouldn't have left the keys in the ignition. All right, boys. Okay, so let's come up with a plan to not die.
John, we might need one of those Hail Marys that you people talk about.
Well, I'll see what I can do, but in the meantime, we should probably take care of ourselves.
All right, so here's the current situation. It's roughly 3 in the morning or so. Dawn is still a ways away, and you are miles away from where your truck is supposed to be.
I assume our radios and stuff are gone too as well.
No.
They're not?
No, they are not.
All right, well, first things first, let's radio back to our to the truck there and see if they can come get us.
I don't think they can.
Well, I mean, we're still going to radio them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so you're gonna radio back to the truck, go for the PhD students?
Yeah, or whoever's there.
And to make sure that they haven't jumped our truck. If she betrayed us, then I'm pretty sure they're gonna go and try for that truck too.
There's also a displacer beast in there that they got to contend with.
Yeah, so
It should be sedated. Probably.
Maybe.
Yep. So you're gonna radio him?
Yeah, go ahead. Patton's got the radio, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hello?
All right, yeah, you guys all right? What's going on over there?
Dr. Adelholm! Dr. Adelholm! Dr. Adelholm! It's bad! It's bad! Shut up! Mavala Jr.'s alright.
I told you we weren't naming it that.
Mavala Jr.'s alright.
More importantly, we need somebody to bring the truck out. Where are we?
We can't do that.
Patton?
We cannot do that right now.
Why? What's going on? Make it quick. We're working on limited resources.
They've got the truck surrounded. The big lady said that you guys died.
Definitely not dead.
During the trial.
Where's the displacer beast?
He's here.
Okay. They're surrounded, right?
Yeah.
Okay, what I want you to do is I want you to give the displacer beast 5 cc's of the doping agent we've been giving it to keep it docile, and then I want you to take a piece of food, any kind of ration, and I want you to put those amphetamines I have in that food and force feed it to him. And then what I want you to do is I want you to put him outside while he's cloaked.
We can try, but there's a bit of a problem with that.
What?
We can't get out.
What do you mean you can't get out?
The doors are locked from the outside.
The doors don't lock from the outside.
Padlocks.
They put padlocks
Chains.
on the... Can you break a window?
No.
What do you mean you can't break a window? Just grab
Bulletproof,
anything
probably.
in there.
There's no
There's a
windows
chair.
in the back of the truck.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
What about the rest of the crew? Are they still on the truck?
They're in Fort Smith.
Yeah.
they're not
It was
there.
just us and them, right? Okay.
And they're far enough away that if you were to
All right,
try and
don't
just
give it
go
that
to them for
amphetamine
evac.
stuff.
Pardon, stop.
Just keep him doped up. We don't need any more trouble. Patton, there's no escape hatches, there's no sealed. You like all that sort of whatever.
I'm sure there's a fire axe back there somewhere.
No,
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm sure I kept something violent in the truck.
No, not
but I don't know if they
violent.
have access to it.
For Christ. I mean,
Let me
like
think.
a hatch, a compartment, some way to get out of the back that isn't the main door.
I'm just saying you can make one.
Let's see,
Preferably that doesn't make a lot of noise.
One quick correction. I realized I accidentally said Barden for some reason. It's Brandel. His name's Brandel. Brandel Bright. I don't know why.
Man, I wouldn't have known that. That's fine.
Yeah. No,
I
somebody
ain't
would have
taking no
noticed.
notes.
Somebody noticed.
Well,
Patton. Secret compartments, secret hatches, ways to get out of the back.
Did I listen? Did I leave? Are there any? any glass bottles with some kind of threatening liquid in there? Did I leave any of that in the truck? I probably did.
Aren't you a mechanic?
There are, but they are all unmarked, and most of them are colorless.
Okay, we can make that work. All right. Now, we just need the truck to be drivable. All right, so here's what I'm thinking what you guys might want to do. This is my working theory. So, I'm not sure what those chemicals are, but if you take all of them and put them... I don't know exactly what they are, but I guarantee you they will burn anything that they touch or immolate it in some fashion. So I want you to take them all.
No, Patton, they'll die from smoke inhalation.
Oh, don't we have gas masks and stuff in there? Well, I've got a gas mask. Maybe that's why.
Dr. Patton?
Yes?
I'm a PhD student. There are a lot of people with guns here.
I think we got to go rescue them, not the other way around.
I don't think they can really do a whole lot.
I think that the best we can, the best I'll be able to do is, we can,
Look,
probably
just stay calm.
get where.
Have they made any motions towards the vehicle? Can you tell?
No, it's most everybody is asleep. I think I can't really hear anything, but I really, really don't want to try and break out to look.
Right. So
the main back door is locked. The door up to the front of the cabin has also been locked from the outside, via some mechanism. I can't see what it is. We could probably break it down in a pinch if we needed to.
Right,
but
don't do that. You'll make too much noise. What I want you to do is I want you to stay calm. Everyone, just don't make any threatening movements. Keep periodically giving the displacer beasts the doping agent that we've talked about in the doses that we've talked about.
Dr. Alaham, what if we didn't give it the doping agents? What if we set it free?
You can't set it free. There's no way out of the vehicle. I would like for you to set it free. Good positive thinking. However, unless you can find a secret hatch or some sort of mechanism to open up, perhaps in the floor, what I want you to do on that note is look for anything that Patton may have forgotten.
I mean, you can make a hole in the floor.
That's what I'm saying.
Either way, I think we should start trying to move towards them right now as we can, because they're not going to be able to drive out to get us right now. So we better start making headway.
I'm not really sure walking's a good option here.
I mean, that might be all we can do, unless we call our big dragon friend.
So, in this parking lot, are there any other vehicles that aren't completely rusted out and trashed?
Give me an Arcana check.
Ooh, Arcana. 27.
27? So on a 27, yeah, pretty much all of the vehicles here are rusted out since they've been just exposed to the elements for however long.
Yeah, so none of them look like they'd be in, none of them have, like, wheels that are even capable of driving us.
Yeah.
They're all sorts of messed up.
Right, but there is a possibility that you could grab bits and pieces to, jury rig up something that might be able to run.
All right,
but it would take time.
I want to roll nature.
What are you doing?
Okay, I've got clippings of those magical plants in my bag.
Mm-hmm.
I want to roll nature and combine them together into some kind of poultice or some kind of like high mana dense food, that either a poultice or a high mana dense substrate kind of thing that I can either give to Specky or apply to us individually to give us just a little bit more mana.
Okay, I'll go for it.
All right, that's 24.
So on a 24, yeah, you can fashion up basically like rip off a couple of pieces of cloth from something.
Yeah.
Some string, and you can make like surgeons have like surgical masks with a little bit of peppermint oil in it to ward off horrible smells.
Yes.
You can make basically that, but with mashed up mana producing plant poultice that'll just make sure that all of the mana that is in that gets directly into you.
Right, so everybody put these on quickly. Patton, you can load this into your filtration system. It should give us at least a little more time, but that's all I have left, and there are no mana-producing plants around here. Also, those were extremely important samples to me that I doubt I'll be able to get more of, so please make the most of them.
All right. I'm going to try and piggyback off that. Could I try and cast some sort of spell that would make our mana recyclable temporarily?
Let's think about that logically real quick.
Well, like, sort of like, oxygen turns into carbon dioxide.
Okay, but let's think about that logically real quick.
That's some, like, high arcane...
That's some Maxwell's Demon stuff.
Yeah, that's some Maxwell's Demon shit.
It takes mana to cast a spell, so necessarily you won't be getting any more mana out of it.
Well...
Yeah. You're talking about over unity for mana.
Yeah.
You're implying that mana is somehow like breathing and that like you don't use all of it. Like some of it, the only reason rebreather technology works is because when you breathe out, you actually don't breathe out, you don't use 100% of the oxygen. So some of it gets lost when you exhale. That's not true for mana. You use it all.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you use more or less all of it.
I suggest we hurry. This is really the extent of my abilities here. Specky and I can scout ahead to a certain extent. However, we're really going to need you guys to do something. And quickly. Yeah. I can't leave my PH students alone.
I could send a little bro up, but it is kind of dark. I'm not sure what I'd be able to see with him. Well, as it is right now, I'm going to start moving back towards where the car was. Not sprinting, but, walking through it as I'm looking around, trying to see if there's any kind of vehicle or anything that we can fix up to get us, even anything that I can find that might get us to over there. Something that's suitable. Because I don't want to take one of these cars and try and patch it back up, because they're...
John, Jerry, I don't know, does Patton have anything to do with it? It's unlikely. I don't think there's anybody in Michael's crew. And regardless, John, why can't you teleport like Michael can?
Don't know. Guess the Lord just don't want me teleporting.
Have you tried?
Oh, why don't you explain to me how you go about teleporting, then I'll try teleporting.
Well, I'm not sure how your connection with whatever magic system you have works. Just...
Oh Lord, hear our prayer. Deliver us back to our truck.
So John, give me a religion check here.
That's a lot of dice.
It's my dice.
Supposed to roll 1 d20.
I rolled all of my dice. All right. And that was what check?
Religion.
So 24.
24? Okay. On a 24, John, you're going to now be behind Elias.
Look at that. It worked.
Right, something like that.
The thing is that you have absolutely no idea how you just, how to control that. You just kind of teleported somewhere.
You happy now?
Patton, you want to take a look at this sort of after signature? I don't have spectrometry tools. Manatron? How the fuck would you say that? Spectrometry?
I don't think that's very important right now.
No, I think it is quite important that Patton analyze this.
Oh, that? Yes.
Manography, maybe?
Right, yeah, I'm gonna flip through all the different visors I have. I'm gonna get John and see if I can get his mana after image there. I'm also gonna be running back the footage of every time that Michael has teleported.
All right. So, give me an Arcana check, and Jiron, you can assist here.
All right.
As you both, pour over the footage and everything.
28.
It's good that you don't need my assist, because that's a 13.
13? That still counts. That's a success.
Oh, shit.
That gives him +2. So, yeah, you did it. Congratulations.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so 30. Okay, so, Patton. As you're looking at these things, right? It's actually quite similar to the the footage and the experience that you had with Giron going through the portal, or just the portal thing in general with the mind flayers. When Michael teleports, he kind of fades out of existence, sort of slips through a small crack, and fades into the substrate of reality, right? You look over at John, and Michael is threading a needle. John is shooting the needle with a gun. There's a hole, but there's zero finesse or control with John.
Ooh, that is
like
I
less
do not
than
wanna get
zero,
teleported inside
actually.
a wall.
It's
Yeah, I don't want to. Ooh, jeez.
you're not entirely like it. It's actually very lucky that John is not now currently on the moon.
Oh, that'd be exciting.
New campaign. I want to play that campaign.
Like, that could have gone very poorly.
I'm gonna reach into my bag here and remember, because I have a notebook on each one of you guys. I'm gonna pull out John's and start reading over it. And so, how far? I'm gonna measure the distance between where John went and where he, but the distance between the two there.
About 10 meters, but
All right, 10 meters. All right, and then I'm going over my notes. All right, exact dimensions, exact feet. John's that high. All right, John. All right, I think I've got this teleportation down.
Uh-oh.
so here's
I've got an idea here.
So here's the thing here. John put way too much energy into that. Right? He's
Blasted it.
yeah, it was so far overkill that it's ridiculous. And as a side effect, John needs the least mana out of you guys to live, but it's still, you probably, if you wanted to do that with him, it would be a one and done sort of deal.
So that means I need to try it. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to think of where I've been in the past and try and move myself into that version of myself, per se.
Because I mean, you kind of did it already with the Jerryverse there.
Yeah. So I'm going to try and
think
become
about
one of those
think about the
Jerrys.
infinite world of Jerrys.
Okay, give me an Arcana check.
Okay. Here we go. Please, God. That's an 18.
So, 18.
Yeah.
Oh, this is good. This is good. So,
That's about
I thought we were
So-
free of the Jerry Nexus.
okay, so on that, you guys are going to see Giron kind of stretch backwards a bit. You're going to end up just a little bit back, like a couple of steps back, and noticeably weaker.
I don't think this is working.
At least it's something to work on.
Yikes.
So the other thing that you notice when you do that, right?
Yeah.
Everything stops, and you get sort of sucked backwards as you see them sort of very slowly moving in reverse. Very, very slowly.
Oh, that's so cool. Okay.
But
All right.
the other thing that you notice there, as you go back, is you look up at the sky, and while you're doing that, blood red. Just like a flat, dark, cloudy red.
Is that something more to do with me, or is that something that
Who knows?
I think one of us knows.
John, you know anything about the sky turning blood red at all in your book? Anything like that?
I assume it comes up at some point.
Well, that just happened when I did that thing just now.
I do remember that I said to conserve the mana that we have. We need to get this figured
I didn't
out
even
now.
mean to do anything. Maybe sarcastically praying to God ain't the best idea.
Maybe if you tried it and you really believed it, I don't know.
I don't want to die out here.
Maybe we can. Well, so did we find a car or not?
So, Patton, what have you been doing this whole time?
Well, what I was doing was so John just said in general, like, "Hey, I want to teleport there," and then just ended right up on over there.
No,
No
he didn't.
direction
He
at all.
didn't want to teleport there. He teleported in
Yeah,
a
he
completely
did-
random direction.
Yeah, and so I was looking at the actual feats, like John's entire body mass, how tall he is, all of that, how far that moved over. And so I want John to try and fix at let's look at that car right over there, John. So instead of thinking of moving an entire 6.5 foot tall orc in one shot, try thinking of moving individual pieces of a 6.5 foot tall orc over. Just kind of visualize that.
I don't
in
know
your
if I like
mind.
where this is going.
This is some ship of Theseus shit.
I don't know what that is, but I'm gonna agree with Jerry.
All right. Well, I don't know if little bro's found anything while he was up there yet or not. So I'm just kind of spitballing ideas.
What if half of me ends up over there?
Well, hey, you do make a solid point, John. Hopefully you stay solid if you try it.
I can try and stabilize it for you. But if I don't know how many more trial runs of this we can do. So maybe we should just try and get all the way back in one shot.
I mean, Pat, you mentioned putting the car together. How's that going?
Yeah. Not too good. I haven't found a good candidate, but might not have that option to choose a good candidate if this takes any much longer.
I think the car solution is probably a losing one. Maybe you three should put each individual piece of what you've got together and work as a team. Maybe
That's what I was thinking.
each part of the teleportation problem seems to be contained in one of you. Maybe work together. I don't know. It's called research. I've been going on about it a lot.
Okay.
Research,
All right,
drawing new conclusions.
you are a
So-
super smart science guy. I say
So
give
what
it a
we can
shot.
do here is we can have myself try and send us all back at once while John tries to move us at the same time. And since we know that we need to all kind of decompartmentalize ourselves to not end up in a bad place, we just have to be very, very precise with it. We only get one shot at this, so it's either this or we die.
All right, are we all in?
All right, so run this by me. So what are we doing here? You each. So what? John supplies the means.
I think
Jiron
I'm supplying
supplies.
the punch. Jerry's trying to bring us back to a certain point in time or space or whatever.
Jiron supplying the finesse.
I'm supplying the stability.
location?
So, because whenever I
Okay.
do my time stop thing, since they all freeze, I'm going to assume that stops their matter and their mana from advancing in time. So that stops it. So then John can
So
more
you're gonna try and
easily-
use that to contain them, so they don't. So you don't use up like all of it, like what John was doing.
Right, so we're threading a needle. So instead of the string being like kind of floppy, we're going to make it so the string is taut and easier for John to stick it through the hole.
So you're going to basically attempt to briefly halt the flow of time and mana, so that when you teleport, it's all contained, right?
Yes.
Okay. And then Patton is supplying the logistics.
I was going with the precision. So John is the
So
force that's
how are
pushing
you
the
doing the
needle.
precision?
Well,
Like, what are you doing?
I was
for
going
that?
to see if I was going to test it further with John trying to teleport again to get a better lock
Mhm.
on body mass, distance, however much mana was expelled. But I don't think we have much mana left to go for another trial run.
You could potentially figure some of that out from the info that you have. But how exactly are you planning on supplying the finesse? What are you doing? Like, what's your working theory to actually get you guys to go where you want to go?
Let's see. So John went in a random direction because he doesn't know the exact location of the car right
Is
now.
that your theory?
It's half of a theory.
Well, you can see
Okay.
mana signatures, right? So maybe what you could do is trace back the path with your mask.
So Nah, that's not something his mask could just do. You need to do something. You need to give me something that you are actually actively trying to do or build to do the thing that you're trying to do.
All right, so to lock onto a location, we have to have some kind of an idea of where it is and how far it is away from us. So I'm trying to think about how I can, using the data I have right now. Let's see.
Do you maybe have like something in the truck that has a GPS on it? Oh, nope, GPS wouldn't work. Never mind. Disregard.
Because, well, I mean, like, if we're going with, like, mana signature stuff, I don't know if that's, because the truck's all sealed.
Yep.
So there's not, like, a thing that I can lock, that we could try and lock on.
I mean, the garden's pretty loud.
That's true. There is a giant mana tree there. I completely forgot about the mana tree. Good idea, John. Glad I thought of it.
There's also the displacer beast.
Inside of a mana, like, jar. You can't get in there. I can't sense anything in that. It's the whole point of the truck. Is we can keep mana contained. There is a big old tree there.
Small hole in the truck.
Yeah, which is what I was saying they could do.
No, you were
and
saying to melt like the fucking doors off.
I was saying melt a hole in the corner that goes through the floor of the truck.
But do we want to teleport inside the locked trailer and be trapped too?
I'm sure we could figure something out.
It'd be a really neat magic trick, that's for sure.
All right, solve the tree then.
So, yeah, let's go to the. All right, so let's see if we can lock on to the tree, John, with its incredible mana signature.
Okay, how are you going to do that?
Well,
via what?
Via sensing its mana?
I don't
know what you want to do here. I mean, like, I'm not just gonna. I mean, I could roll Arcana.
No, I mean, like, how is Patton in character going to lock on to that? Like, are you gonna what?
Did you maybe like take some clippings from it to put in your mask?
No, that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm saying is, Patton is not a traditional just like wizard, right? You're not just like spell casting at it.
So,
and Giron is really the closest thing to that. But even then, if Giron was just like, oh, I just want to lock onto it, I'd be like, okay, how? You know, you gotta give me something to work with. What are you doing? How are you, like, we got raw power from John. We got, Giron is specifically going to be like, you know, trying to stop time for a second to stabilize you guys. But then what is Patton actually doing to point you in the direction that you're going?
Let's see. I don't know why I'm fixated on getting the correct distance.
Well,
that could work, but just, you can do whatever, but it has to be something.
Little bro.
I can figure out the distance just by playing it back. Like, oh, okay, we traveled this many miles, we've got this, we're this far from the tree.
Yeah, so then how are you going to use that information of your exact spatial distance? How are you going to use that to dial in where you're going to go?
Because John's was random, so I'm wondering if John can. Because I'm trying to think of the best way to aim us towards the tree then, because I know exactly how far we are from it, but I don't know how I can help John to point a teleport spell in that direction.
Well, you could build a thing. Oreo.
Does little bro have any like capability of helping you out with that?
Right. So what I'm trying to get at here is like, Patton's got all of this shit that you can do. Like, you can build a thing. You could try and like gather up some supplies to jerry rig up some sort of crazy potion. You could
just have John spirit walk there.
Spirit walk.
Yeah,
well, how can I make John spirit walk?
Psychedelic potion. Have him spirit walk there, and then drag everyone back with him.
No, you give me that psychedelic potion, buddy. That's my character.
Well, no.
No, that's a bad
Jerry
idea.
doesn't get to step into alternate dimensions anymore.
Calibrate the release of mana, inversely proportional to the distance that we want to travel. Let me not expend the mana all at once.
See, like, that was my original plan,
of the
but
amount
I can't
of time.
No, yeah, sure you
that
can.
it would take to get there.
That's
just
what
need
my
to-
first plan was.
No, you need to actually say
was
that.
like
then.
how much mana was spent as he went in that distance, and then you're like,
Yeah.
"Nah, I can't do that." So I'm like, "All right, well."
No, I didn't say
Yeah,
you
you never
can't,
said
that you
that.
can't do that. I say you just can't. You can't just do that, as in like just up done. You gotta give me the means in which you do that.
That's what I
like-
thought the means was, like looking at the data from John teleporting there. All right, we use this much to go
What
this
data?
far
Yeah, like
from when John teleported.
no,
I
but
had the
okay.
exact
So
distance.
you have that data. How do you apply it to the situation? Right? Like, what do you do? Right?
Well, I know each one because I have the notebook. I know each one of I know the exact amount that we all weigh, our height, all of our proportions. I know how many miles away that this tree is to get on over there.
Right. So what are you putting that data into to create this effect? A methodology, a spell, a machine,
I was just because
a potion.
this works.
Well-
So I have all this stuff here. I'm just trying to think like I can't just like tell John. Well, because I can't just influence John's thing.
Well,
do
you could build like
that.
a mana regulator or something to make it so John doesn't overkill it randomly. Because he used way too much.
Yeah.
He used enough
Something
to
like that, maybe.
bring the entire party.
I
So
think
what you want to do
what you're trying to
is
do
make
is
it so
figure out what Dan wants you to do. Dan wants you to make up some bullshit that sounds really scientific.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just
Try that.
like just like you can have Patton do or make or create whatever you want him to make, but it can't just be we're just gonna kind of hand wave the means.
I
Like,
roll our
when
Okay, I think I got it here. What
Right,
I was
so-
trying to like because when I first brought up the idea, I was like, oh, all right, so that's not gonna work. Let me think of another means to do it. So all right, so John just had a big blast of mana and just moved right there. So the best thing we can do is try and compress it down to squish it down so that we can go further with finer control. So
Okay.
I want something that can squash, compress, and what's the word I'm looking for here?
Like a
capacitor.
release valve. A capacitor.
A mana capacitor, yeah.
Okay, so what do you want to use to try and do that?
Well, let's see. So Specky, or not Specky, fucking Lil Bro, I had Lil Bro Mark II, which was mechanically the dancing weapon.
Mhm.
And part of that upgrade, because a little dude, he's got a whole little variety of stuff. He's got a tiny little mana burst, which
Yep.
I think I have like an AoE attack on it. Or some
Right.
dumb shit.
So, I just want to this is fine. I just wanted to say, just in general to everyone, you don't have to worry about like, do I already have a thing that can do this, or like has my character already been established that I can do this, or is this a mechanic that I have? Like, you don't have to restrict yourself to that. Like, if you wanted to say, like fucking cobble together some sort of mana regulator out of car mufflers, you could do it potentially, as long as you explain it well.
You
Like, as
basically
long as
want
you
a
go,
mana
like, this is
muffler
what I'm going to
anyway.
do for this effect. I'm fine with
Right.
anything. It just the idea, the concept has to be explained. It can't, like, basically give me the means instead of the effect.
Okay. Yeah, so we'll take some of the new tech that I attached to Lil Bro Mark II, repurpose this to try and suppress John's mana to a certain point so that he
Mhm.
doesn't blast it all at once as we try and go X units, which X units is how far away we are from the tree, to get us back to roughly where our truck is, where the tree is, where all of them is at. So we're going to
Okay.
take all that
So
there.
So you're gonna need to fashion. You don't have all the parts on you to just have Lil Bro straight up do that. You're gonna need to fashion some stuff, right? See, I can work with this. This is the sort of thing that I can work with. If you're saying I want to try to retrofit Lil Bro to have a mana regulation system, right?
Mhm.
So you do all that, right? You work out the schematics and everything, and you're gonna need some supplies, and they aren't going to be just things that you can find right here in this parking lot.
Fuck.
So it's almost like I'm giving you guys somewhere to go and a thing to do.
Fuck.
We're about to die.
I hate doing things. So, basically what you're going to need is, you're going to need 3 things, right? You're going to need something that can actually hold the mana in it. Like, if you think of it like an airlock.
You can't strap Specky to Lil Bro. I won't
Can we
let
strap,
Yes.
strap party specky, little bro?
you. No.
Specky would not actually work for this. Specky absorbs too much mana. Trying to use
Can we do it anyway?
you thought about this? Trying to use Specky as a mana filtration system or as a conduit wouldn't really work. Specky isn't efficient enough for that. If you put in X amount of mana into Specky, you're not going to get X amount out.
You get X minus whatever Specky uses.
And that's the other thing for this pattern, is that if you're off on this, it's really bad. Because since you're using Giron to... Basically, you guys are brute forcing a teleportation solution. You're having Giron attempt to fix you in time, and then you're trying to put yourself into place. There's none of the elegance of just a slip in through a crack and slip right back out. You are ripping yourself out of time and reality, moving yourself laterally, and then slamming yourself back down. So, if you don't have enough mana to do what you're trying to do, you're not just going to be in the wrong place 2-dimensionally, you could also just be in the wrong space.
That don't sound good.
Right.
And your body parts might not be arranged in the right order.
Yeah, maybe. It's more like you might end up in Flat World. So, you need a valve release system to intake mana, hold, and then vent and then utilize mana in a controlled system. You need to be able to fine control that. You're going to need some form of actual intake system for the mana. And then you're also going to need the electronic components to actually be able to program it. So you need a brain, the mechanics, and the actual intake system.
If I only had a brain.
So, you guys are currently in a church parking lot.
I guess we ought to start scavenging.
Well, Patton, do you have an idea?
All right. So, 4 parts that we're going to need. We're going to need something to store mana, some kind of vent release, an intake system, and then the components to make it all work. Let's see. For the electrical components, wasn't there a whole setup in there in that church? I could probably rip a few wires out of there.
Okay, so what exactly are you going to rip out of there? Try and salvage the
Yeah, out of that system that Elias was up into, where it controlled all the lights and stuff, all the basic wires and cords that we'll need to actually send electrical stuff in there.
Well, you're also going to need some form of brain there, so...
There's got to be a computer in here.
Just
One
grab,
of these,
like,
I'm going to check the
Timers
office.
and switches and rig up a rudimentary AI.
Yeah, just check out one of those AV rooms.
There's definitely a... ripping things out of the light control system would definitely work, and those things are also often rigged up with, basic programmable, like those multi-button touchpad things.
Yeah.
That DJs use and the like to queue up specific effects.
Yeah, the mixers.
Yeah, you can definitely rip a mixer out of there and use that for the brain. But what are you going to use for the other parts to build this thing?
So for something that can store mana, we'll have to have something that we can put a mana charge into, and that can pretty much be anything.
Like some of these exhaust pipes, for example.
Well,
Mufflers, per se.
How do you store mana?
I mean, a muffler could work as a release, as part of the release there.
So that would work pretty well, but the one thing that you know is certain materials are better at holding mana charges and are more efficient at it. and basic wrought iron or, stainless steel or whatever it is that mufflers are made of isn't exactly ideal, but you might be able to plate it in something.
I mean, I'm sure they got some instruments somewhere if you want some other kind of metal.
Oh,
Ooh,
yeah,
that's right, John. What's that thing? What's the it's like a really tall piano.
an organ.
Talking about the
Organ?
That's the ticket. I can rip. Let's rip out some pipes out of these organs.
Okay.
I'm down.
Yeah, there's definitely an organ in the place.
That's better.
One of those
than
organs.
mufflers.
That's because organs are made out of brass, right?
Yeah, and I can go cut that.
That'll
pretty
actually
easily.
hold mana pretty well, considering that they're relatively clean, and it's also got a built-in valve system.
Yep. Because you press the key and then it releases the thing. So there we go. So we got the valve and the vent outage right there. Let's see here. So for the intake system,
I might got
for
an
what
idea.
we're gonna put in. What's your idea, John?
Well, what if we get something like a mouthpiece? I'm gonna need something to focus that on anyway. I'm thinking like a trumpet.
A trumpet could work. Do they have a trumpet or half a trombone in the choir?
Yeah, anything with the button we could rig up an open and close valve to. Press the button, put the mana in, then I guess we go. I'm still not too sure on the specifics here.
Okay, so John and Patton. So Patton, what you've basically described to me is a sort of pretty much a musical instrument. So you're going to rip out the pipes from the organ. You're going to set it up to be programmable with the coordinates that you're trying to put into it. But John, give me a religion check as you guys are building this.
21. I'm gonna double check that. I think it's 21. Yeah, 21.
Okay, so on that, you're walking around and you pick up one of these trumpets, right? And you hold it up, and your fingers kind of start moving on your own, and you know how to play this pretty damn well, actually.
Well, ain't that just the darndest thing?
Yeah, you start picking out the first couple of notes of Amazing Grace, and you feel that, you feel the mana kind of go into the mouthpiece and settle in you. Like, it's like all of it just aligns. Normally it feels pretty wild and untamed, but this feels right. Like you've actually got some form of fine control of what you're doing for once.
Is John secretly a bard?
Yeah.
Hell
Yeah.
Oh, that explains why Michael's always singing.
Yeah.
Wait, Jerry, did you just pick up on this?
Did you just pick up on this now? Did you guys just pick up on it now that the congregation is a bardic religion?
I mean, no, I just didn't know I had any bard powers.
Well, yeah.
I thought I was a paladin.
All of your stuff, so this is one of the things that Lazarus and all of those other guys have been talking about, is that, the power of these songs is, the power is in the songs, is what they would always tell you.
Jerry, you didn't
Right.
notice that when he came into the church the first time and teleported out that he sang "Swing Low"? Sweet chariot.
Or like
coming
the other
forth to
time when he sang a
carry
song?
me home.
Or like the other time when he sang a
Hey.
song, or like the other time when he sang a song?
Hey,
So,
Tim, you didn't
Hey.
know you could do that, so don't you
I didn't know
even.
John could do that.
Yeah, you didn't know John could do that, so don't you even, bro.
He didn't know John could do it. He knew everyone else was doing it.
John's
Yeah.
into religion.
yeah, but that's the thing, is that John's always been kind of a black sheep in the congregation.
A
You were
punch
all,
things.
he was trying to do things his own way.
Well, it was about time he woke up.
Yeah, he's been kind of brute forcing stuff.
I have a shotgun.
Yeah, did you not notice the gun?
I'm a shotgun mage.
Right, so, Patton, why don't you give me an Arcana check to make this thing, and what's the exact design of this big ol' instrument?
Okay, so let's go ahead and roll Arcana. That is 20.
So on a 20, yeah. You might want to add your memory of 1,000 lifetimes there.
I mean, are we all assisting him on this,
Alright.
or
You could, yeah.
I'm
we're all
doing
working
something
together
else
here.
right now.
and it's Arcana? Do we add in the bonus?
You add in your skill bonus.
Okay,
Oh.
21.
3.
3? Okay, you might not want to have rolled on that.
Now, well,
So, you're gonna give him a +1 there, which is actually going to be enough.
Ooh, nice.
And yeah, you can fashion this thing up. You take up the pipes from the organ, give it an intake system to be actually done by a person instead of the giant machine.
Mm-hmm.
Shorten the pipes a bit so that it isn't so gigantic. But just give me the actual physical design of it. What does it look like?
So John's basically playing into a trumpet where the outside of the trumpet is kind of extended into a large barrel into this weird system that we've got set up here. Because
All
I'm
right.
confused now as to what the fuck is happening. I had an idea. They're like, what the fuck is John doing now?
the trumpet.
Right, so John's playing into an instrument. It's going into something, and then using the electrical components we got here with the mixer, we're fine tuning how that man is coming out through those brass pipes.
Okay, sort of like a mixer for the.
Yeah.
So yeah. So the way this is basically going to work is like dial up. Right? You're managing to code
John
in
plays the instrument and makes the dial-up sound.
kind of like sound has, the information coded into it. So you can actually have it respond to the specific notes.
You've got
Right.
John.
Oh boy.
So, okay. So what we got here is you got like a little like an amplifier on the ground, sort of an array of tubing and wires connected to like a stack of organ pipes facing up, kind of like a throne, right? Like an amplifier throne, and then attached to that is just like a little stand that pops out and it folds out trumpet, right? Maybe?
It's like John's playing a Willy Wonka machine.
Yeah. Like a big old Willy Wonka machine. Alrighty. So 1 second, as you guys were doing all of this, Elias has just been fucking around.
I've been scientifically fucking around. Kind of.
Yeah.
Kind of. Not too much, though.
So Elias has had Specky right now, like, poking at the riffs that John made here, and you see there, Elias.
Yeah.
Elias, while you guys are doing that, to not interrupt everything, wanted to commune with the Displacer Beast,
True.
right? Because Displacer Beasts react very well to temporal nonsense.
Yeah, so if there's a bunch of riffs going on, I figured the displacer beast
It's going to be freaking out.
Yeah.
So on a 27, yeah, you're going to. So what you're going to see is you're going to sort of reach into that rift that John made, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you can feel the Displacer Beast, and it
Yeah.
kind of rubs its face up on your hand.
Yeah. And as I rub my hand on it, I'm gonna just give it one strong pet. I'm going to, astrally speaking, but this is a movement that suggests a course of action for the Displacer Beast, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna reach my hand out to the amphetamines that are in the cupboard.
You can't do that.
No, I'm not literally. I said this is an
Yeah.
action that suggests a course of action for the displacer beast. I'm not literally touching them. I'm giving him a visual indication of what I'd like him to do. See what I'm saying here?
Yeah.
Like, my astral hand is not literally grabbing the amphetamines. It's a vision that is being shown to the displacer beast, right? So I'm going to show him the amphetamines, and then I'm going to, bring them to him and encourage him to consume them, and then I'm going to give him one, pat, and then communicate, teleport out of the trailer and just fuck shit up.
Okay. So you're going to do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you can kind of see, right? Vaguely. Like, you get some of the feelings and information that it gets, as currently it is very comfortable because it is currently being pet by Mavala.
Yeah.
It enjoys that.
Yeah, but it's also a bloodthirsty monster that was probably going to try and kill us at some point.
Yeah. Well, it's a wild animal.
Yeah.
So it is going to reach out, right? It's going to grab those drugs, and it's going to just hop, like it's going to like paw out a small corner in the trailer here, like with its tentacles sort of rip up one little corner here as Mavala and Brandel are just furiously trying to like grab it and stop it from doing that.
Yeah, but they're not going to be able to stop
It's going to like poke its snout just out of the corner of that trailer there, and then you're going to see it's out. But it really doesn't like being in no mana.
Yeah.
It really doesn't like it. It freaks the hell out, right?
Mm-hmm.
It goes haywire, but the one thing that you notice is it's going to look around. It's like combat ready, and it's moving around, but there's nothing around.
Wait, they're not surrounded?
They're not surrounded.
Interesting.
Like, it's looking around. It's looking around. Nobody's there.
But the guys, they said that they were surrounded and locked into the...
They also can't see outside.
That's true. They said that there were people with guns and that they were locked in.
So it's looking around, and there are people around, but they aren't. Nobody's really like on alert.
Maybe it's a stretch, but can I see if they are actually locked in there?
Yeah, they definitely are. Like, you're getting the vague information that it's got, which are I could not open door.
So
door not open. Also, like, it's going to basically ask you. Like, it can't talk, but it's asking you questions as you're communing with it.
Right.
Which is the basic question that you get is, can I go back inside?
Well, that's actually a lot of useful information. If nobody's on guard and it's not triggering its like animalistic sort of stuff, like danger, people are tense, there's, increased heart rates, they've got them on guard, then yeah, I'll just let them go back inside.
Right. So that does give you the info, though, that you don't necessarily need to go in for a fight.
Yes.
It doesn't seem like anybody's expecting a fight.
Yeah, but that doesn't necessarily mean that things are all good.
She's not going to fight us.
But it could also just mean they're like really sure we're dead.
I mean, everyone else thinks we're dead.
Well, we don't know that.
I mean, I'd guess only a small handful, if any, know about her plot.
Yeah. So, as you're doing this, also remember, just keep it in character.
Whoops, it is.
Because Elias has been doing this just off to the side.
All right, I'm gonna walk up to Patton and just ask for the radio real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll just go ahead and hand it right on over.
As you're working on this stuff.
Monstrosity.
All right, I'm just gonna take the radio. Just need to make a quick call real quick. No.
Dr. Alham!
Yes, no, calm down.
Mavala Jr. just broke out.
No, he'll be back in just a second.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah. Right. So there should be a small hole in the corner bottom
Yeah,
left.
you ripped it.
Yeah, go ahead and just patch that up. Also lock the cupboard door with the amphetamines in it. I don't want him getting into those. And don't make any sudden movements. And go ahead and let Mavala go back to petting him. And oh, by the way, no one seems to be on the alert outside of there. And why don't you go ahead and start taking some notes on Mavala Jr.'s heart rate and, if you can, mana expenditure.
Oh. Hey, Mavala, he seems a lot more friendly.
No, don't touch him. Just let Mavala handle that for now. And if you see any little shimmering lines, go ahead and avoid those. In fact, why don't you start sketching them out and just don't touch them? But we should be there in I don't know, Patton, how long is it going to take? You almost done? You do know we're all slowly dying, right?
Patton does not hear him. He's too busy connecting tubes and hammering brass.
Clang, clang, brrr.
Right, so it'll be about 15 minutes, I think, provided we make it back. So, right, just stay loose and maybe, I don't know, just we'll be back. Click.
And I'm going to start ramping up my borrowing of the mana since we're teleporting to the tree, right?
Are you?
That's what I was thinking. We should probably do that so we get an instant mana boost once we teleport, because this is going to suck if we don't do that. So I'm going to start ramping up my borrowing to make sure that this works.
And besides, they all think we're dead, and I really want to make sure they know we ain't.
Yeah.
Alrighty then. So, as you're putting the finishing touches on this thing, what do you want to call this? There, Patton.
Hold on. I had...
You fuckers ask me for random NPC names all the damn time, so it's finally revenge.
Okay, no, I said hold on because I have 5 names here, asshole.
Oh. God damn it.
So we're going with the Brassmaster.
Dr. Patton's patent pending.
Brassmaster 5000.
Fantastic.
Play me out, John.
Okay, John.
Sad trumpet sounds.
John readies it up.
Fuck.
All right, John. Give me a religion check,
Okay.
and then Giron, give me an Arcana check. Patton, give me an Arcana check.
Do I need to do anything for this?
Do you? Can you assist any of those?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get some of those strands out to connect everybody to make sure that we're all as synced up as possible.
Sure. So give me a nature check then to assist.
I got a 20 total.
21.
What happens if it's just straight up 10 on the dice?
If it's straight up 10 on the die,
Yeah, for supporting.
you add up you add up the stats.
Oh, for supporting roles, I thought it was just a
No. This isn't a literal aid another check. I'm saying like you're in a just general support.
23.
23. Okay. Patton.
28.
28. Okay. Nobody failed catastrophically.
Hell yeah.
So, John, you walk up to the mouthpiece here, and as you put your hand onto this, you kind of get a rush of all of the songs that Lazarus used to play, and the ones that other people would use and sing. As you guys just hear a very, very somber, sort of slow, soulful rendition of "Swing Low, Sweet Chariot" coming from John there as Giron.
Yep.
So you guys everything starts to shake.
Oh, yeah.
Like, everything's starting to shake. You're clearly starting to rip through time here. So you go to stabilize, right?
Right.
you go to freeze everyone right as the final note comes out.
Mhm.
You know, you freeze them, but you don't freeze the process itself because you can't. And what you notice is as you're sort of traveling, for everybody else, this is going to be instantaneous, but for you, this is arduous. This is taking so long.
Is the sky
As
still
you-
red?
Yeah, as you sort of rip out of existence and you just see a weird inverted version of the world. You look up into the sky, right? You just
Mhm.
feel a gigantic pressure bearing down on you. Like somebody is pressing down on you with their thumb.
And
This firmly feels like this is somewhere you should not be.
does it feel like that's the rift doing it to me, or something?
You're not
sentient?
entirely sure.
He's pulling a Nightcrawler in X-Men.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm essentially like going through my world.
Yeah,
In a way.
you're the only one who's really conscious during the whole process of teleportation, and it is not comfortable. Like it's like the universe itself is attempting to stop this.
I'm going to do what Jerry always does: fight it back.
No.
And
No, yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
and what I mean by that is I'm going to ramp up the borrowing even more, because if we're going to this tree, whatever future me wants back, I can pay.
God fucking damn it, Jerry.
Good.
This tree's
Good.
about
It's
to
not
die.
like this is-
This tree's about
no,
to die.
future you is about to get hit with some bullshit, man. You're pulling drunk Jerry.
Dude, you're writing checks your mana can't cash.
Drunk Jerry needed $500 of protein bars.
Well, like, I don't want. Well, if we fail to teleport, it's probably going to be worse than whatever's happening in
Yeah.
the future, Jerry.
No, yeah, that's fine. So,
Good time to be
You
drunk,
do that?
Jerry.
right?
Yeah.
And so what you're going to see here is you're going to get a quick flash, right?
Mhm.
Of something is bearing down on you, right? And
Yeah.
you go to hold out your hand, and then your hand just recoils back, like clutches back in on itself, and you just get plowed over by whatever this thing was.
So it's definitely not the rift, it's something.
Right. But so then you snap back to where you were in the rift, and you feel like a hole has just been punched through your chest, but your chest is glowing like white hot. As you
Alright.
manage to stand back up and huddle everyone back together. But you get the distinct feeling that DM will remember this.
I'm just going to clench my teeth through any pain I'm feeling. Because at this
Yeah.
point, that's all I can really do.
Borrow more.
Yeah, future you is gonna be pissed.
Well, I'm paying him back shortly.
Yep.
Fuck this tree. I don't care.
Okay. So you guys are going you're going to sort of crash back into reality, but you're going to crash in the sort of metaphysical sense, not in an actual like crash sense. As you can breathe again, and oh my god, were you really mana deprived?
All right, so did it work?
Yeah.
Right,
So-
I have to go see a man about a displacer beast.
The first thing that you immediately see is a lot of people sleeping. It seems like the teleportation basically made no noise. You're in the middle of the Myriad Botanical Gardens here. The how big is the machine that you made? Like how large we talking?
Well, it's actually not. I mean, the mixer itself isn't that big. The biggest part on it was just like this, like the pipe organ that we kind of cut in half there. So it's not
Okay,
like
so-
huge.
It's something that could reasonably be carried.
Yeah.
Okay, so
You can also reasonably hit someone pretty hard with it.
there's a lot of people asleep in here. You can see through the window a couple of guards, like, that turn and kind of like seem confused, like something just happened. And if you remember, there were, two entrances. There was an entrance in and an entrance out. And you do remember which one you need to go to get back to your truck.
So, am I? I'm just gonna look down at my chest and see if it's still glowing.
Nope, you're fine.
Cool.
In fact, you feel great.
I knew I'd pay it back. So is the tree fine?
Yeah.
Nice.
No.
This is too good. Something's up. This worked too well.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and quickly replace all those clippings that I used. Obviously, that's the first thing I got to do.
Obviously.
Also, checking to see if the teleportation affected the growth of anything. Just quick, visual.
Nothing that you would be able to tell right now, considering how fucking dark it is.
All right.
Also, give me a stealth check there.
Oomst.
You,
Ooh, I'm good at those.
you, Elias. Yeah.
I'm just, just taking little clippies. 17.
Okay. On a 17, as Elias, just goes to go take some clippings, right?
Just in the immediate area, not going off anywhere crazy.
Right. But still, how exactly are you doing that? Like, via what means?
Well, I've got my backpack and I've got my sample, so little botanical clippers.
Okay,
Just
so
so-
you go clip, right?
Yeah.
And somebody that you didn't quite see, like underneath the one of the sleeping, like sort of off to the side of one of these samples, one of the little bits of the clipping sort of goes over, hits them right in the nose. They sneeze. It's a sort of young boy, like about 14-ish. He wakes up, looks up at you. His eyes go super wide. He's gonna smile. You lived.
Oh, yes, well, I suppose that is self-evident. Mind keeping it down for just a little bit? We should be out of your hair in,
What don't you want to stick around? I mean, you saved my brother.
Wait, is that the guy that I saved at the beginning?
Wouldn't it have been
Out
one
of
of the guys that
character.
we dragged back from the church? Or that Rakata did?
Yeah,
because
because
Rakata came back and that's that we're all heroes. All right, I'm just because I was there. Well, no, Jerry didn't fucking tell us anything that Rakata said.
Yeah, no.
Oh, that's right. So,
He didn't tell you anything about the whole "you'll be remembered as heroes" or whatever.
Yeah.
all right. So, which way was it to Rakana's room?
Can I just
So
That was my
Slide
first
in.
question.
Thank you so much.
I'm just gonna go, keep it down.
I'm already walking off to find Rakata.
We're going to well,
Oh, John is not even trying to be subtle.
Why would
Well,
I?
we
be?
don't have to be.
I'm not trying to wake anyone up.
let me roll
That'd
insight
be
here.
uncourteous.
Sure.
This
yeah,
seems
insight
like
makes sense.
Insight is like, wait, what the hell is this kid going on about? Because I have no idea what Rakata thinks of us, but this seems like an insight kind of situation. Wow. I rolled really well for that, considering my insight
Jerry
score.
did say, remember, when we were just leaving the church, he gave us a quick rundown of what happened. Like, yeah, Rakana did this thing. Also, I could control time.
What did Elias roll?
22.
So
insight.
on a 22, you can pretty much figure out what happened here, right?
Oh, okay.
Like think about it logically, right? If you're going to set somebody up like this in order to not cause panic,
Yeah.
it's way easier to say, "Oh, these guys died saving our men. How amazing of them."
Yeah.
Than to try to make you guys out to be villains somehow.
Right. All right, so I'm just gonna.
Right? She wanted to try and get rid of you quietly.
Right. I'm just gonna tell him that things came up. Rakata thought it would be better if we didn't cause a commotion and disrupt, the important work that you're all doing here with survival. Trying to emulate what we're doing. So rather than cause a panic or loss of faith or loss of concentration in your work, she thought it would be better if we kept the whole rescue operation a secret. So I just had to come back for some clippings that I forgot. So we're going to be leaving. Why don't we just keep this a secret between you and me, okay? And I'm gonna give him.
But Rakata said that you guys died.
Yeah,
Wow.
that we didn't really discuss what we were going to.
I can help you out
describe
here,
it as,
Elias.
But she thought she must have thought it would be easier to break the news to you that way, that we were leaving, rather than prolong the well, you see what I'm saying here.
one way to
What my
describe
friend
it.
means to say.
No, but thank you.
All right, I'm gonna give him I'm gonna give him one of Specky's rocks, just like a low one. I'm just gonna say,
Okay.
Stop giving people parts. Stop getting specky everywhere.
Shh, shut up. Don't worry about it.
It's not
I
okay.
definitely don't have toxoplasmosis.
No, you do.
I definitely don't. I definitely don't.
John doesn't know what that is, but Tim knows exactly what's
You
going on here.
definitely cannot prove that I have toxoplasmosis.
Okay, you got me there. Am I? You there yet?
God damn it.
Okay.
There's no way I'm subconsciously spreading specky spores everywhere. It's not a thing. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry
I'm
about
just gonna
it.
give him one of these rocks and say, look, just keep this between you and me. I'm really glad that we were able to save your brother.
I can't help but think of the giving people eggs in these trying times.
Care for some fungal spores in these trying times.
Cutting back over to John here. So you're not trying to cause a scene, but you're going to try and go over to Rakata? Okay.
Bad idea.
I
No,
don't
John can
know
do
that.
whatever the fuck he wants.
No, he can do whatever he wants, but he's gonna get frozen in time.
You're gonna go back over to the guards. You have to walk out one of these doors, and there is a guard there.
Hmm.
So what are you doing? Are you trying to sneak past him, or are you just gonna?
Do I know where Rakata would be at night? Like, does she have like sleeping
Yeah.
quarters? I wouldn't know what those are.
Yeah, she's got like her place.
That's where I'm heading.
I'm gonna follow John.
The guard is going to look at you guys, and he's just going to like go eyes wide.
Excuse me, sir. And I'm gonna try to like walk past him.
He's going to hold up his gun, fire it into the air,
Oh,
Good job, John.
and just yell, "They're alive, guys!"
Oh, they're so happy.
That was gosh darn unnecessary.
So he's going to throw
Did
the
your
gun away and
granddaddy ever
grab
tell you to keep it down because people are trying to sleep?
grab you and go for a big hug?
Oh, I see where this is going.
oh no, John!
I'll take
No,
it.
this is
Big hug.
great.
Suplex him.
Dude,
No,
thank you. Man, when
Jerry,
the
start
Michael
filming.
Yeah,
guy kidnapped
Zep, go.
kidnapped them, we thought they were gone forever.
Well, one of them didn't make it back, but we did our best.
Yeah. Anyway, we gotta go get Rakata. She's gonna be so happy to see you guys.
That's where I'm heading.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, let's go do that.
Pose as a team with shit-eating grin.
So you guys, as more and more people start to wake up, like you guys get a bit of a crowd going behind you.
Zep,
And,
play the cheerful music.
Yeah, Zep is just gonna put on a little happy little tune, and everybody's having a great time. As a lot of them says are going to be like, we thought you guys were dead when Rakata said that she found you guys face down in pools of your own blood.
There was a lot of bleeding, that's for sure.
Well, not all of the blood was ours.
I bet not. These guys, as you get, like a playful elbow to the ribs.
That actually hurt.
Yeah. So, Rakata is, you guys walk over. She's got a actually fairly reasonable, like, leader's quarters, all things considered. Sort of out in one of the large buildings off to the side of the gardens. Not terribly far away, but not super close either. Like sort of near the, like it's a big shack, basically like a decently built building at the base of this large skyscraper. As she is going to walk out and in pajamas, like and she's going to look at you guys, see the whole crowd, and she is going to immediately run up, grab like John over the shoulder and like mess up his hair a little bit and just go, "Thank you guys how did you live?
I ain't smiling.
We found you. You guys were face down in pools of your own blood. Michael had taken all the systems and he just left. You guys wounded him just enough to make him leave. I thought you were gone forever."
Hey, so Zepp wasn't able to come out, but Zepp doesn't need to be out to film, right?
Not necessarily.
Okay. So,
Jerry, I want you to think about what you're about to do here.
well, what I will first do.
I'm gonna cut Jerry off here with let us search and try our ways. Turn again to the Lord. Let us lift up our hearts with our hands unto God in the heavens. Sorry that all didn't make it back.
I mean, we're gonna miss Jeff, but
Yeah.
he died a hero. And she's going to sort of, thumb a tear out of her eyes.
It is truly unfortunate we could not save them all.
I'm gonna whisper, barely audibly to her. Don't you ever threaten my friends again.
And she's just going to like give you a little half smile there. Don't come back.
Well, I think we should be going. It has been an absolute pleasure.
Oh no,
helping
the
you.
pleasure's been all mine.
We still getting those suits?
Oh, yes. Absolutely.
I say loudly enough for everyone to hear.
Yeah. Since when is John good at diplomacy?
I just
Jiron
want the
is
suits
so
before we go.
pissed. Yeah, John's making good decisions.
I completely forgot about the suits.
We'll have them ready for you guys in the morning. For now, you might want to go get some rest.
Oh yeah. I have been meaning to get a better look at the botanical gardens. You wouldn't have to have any of your up and coming young students who might want to do some quick research in the morning before we leave?
Students?
Oh,
I'm sure that a couple of the gardeners could help you with what you're looking for there.
yeah. Well, I'll just grab my PhD students and we'll set up a little camp right next to the gardens.
So,
In plain sight.
yeah. So, what do you guys do now? As she's gonna go, okay, everybody, come on, back to bed. We got a long day tomorrow.
Oh, I'm gonna go check on my
to
PhD
sort of
boys.
disperse. Okay, so you're going to walk over. So you go back over to the truck, or towards there, and you're going to see sort of a shimmering light on the doors.
Yeah.
Right? That is then going to fade, and then Brandel is going to fall out of the truck after apparently having been shoulder bashing it. He is going to then hop up with arms up, like ready to box. As he's going to turn around quickly, jab at the air a couple of times. I thought they might have been invisible.
What might have been invisible? Me?
No, the enemy.
No, Brandel, don't. There's no enemies here. You're probably, well, I'm not entirely sure. We need more research on Displacer Beast effects, but why don't you calm down?
So, young Mr. Tane is just going to step on down, walk over to you. I'm not entirely sure what happened here, but, well, you might want to look inside there. It's starting to creep even me out.
Right.
So, as you look inside, you see Mavala is now currently asleep,
Mm-hmm.
and Mavala Jr.'s tentacles are just kind of like, just kind of holding her.
Gross.
They're both kind of sleep wrapped up.
I like it.
Like you ever have like a cat that falls asleep on top of your chest?
Yeah.
It's like that, but with a displacer beast.
And it's like the size of a panther.
Yeah. And it's got like weird arms.
Oh, that's certainly interesting. Best not disturb them. It is still sedated, correct?
Absolutely not.
Why?
Why?
Yeah, there should
Please
be.
tell me how I would go about. I'm not going anywhere near that thing right now.
You do realize that following direct instructions from your professor is considered part of the grade. Whatever. We'll waive
Dr.
it.
Adelham,
We'll
Dr.
waive
Adelham?
it for now, considering extenuating circumstances.
hear that?
However,
do you hear that?
with the low
You're
rumble,
going to hear what? It's purring.
I wasn't aware they could do that.
I wasn't either.
It's kind of cute.
I mean, it is a big cat.
Just a big fucking kid. Cats is cats. Displacer beasts is displacer beasts.
Look, it's happy right now, and I didn't want to. I have no idea what's making it do that, and I didn't want to break it out of whatever trance it is in.
Right. Well, it seems like it may have, it may exhibit some sort of pair bonding effect, which is common among larger cats.
So
Or
it's going to sort
cat-like.
of sniff the air,
Mhm.
right? It's going to pop its head up.
Mhm.
It's going to look right over at you.
Mhm.
It's going to hold out its tentacles. It's going to pick up Mavala, kind of put her down.
Mhm.
And then it is going to just jump out of the trailer, look up at you.
Yep.
It's going to look over at Specky.
Mhm.
Specky is going to look very upset.
Puffed up.
Yes.
Right. I'm going to pat Specky on the head first, and then give the displacer beast a little pat, and then kind of during that pat, give it the impression to go back into the trailer.
Okay. So it is going to sort of grab. It's going to grab onto the trailer with its feelers and sort of launch itself up into the trailer.
Yeah, that's good. I'm sure that's fine.
Then it is going to curl up, look at you, go to sleep.
It should be fine. It'll be fine.
Well, if
You
say so.
see, this is one of the things they'd been telling you about back in the Magical Academy in like that one druid class that you took.
Yeah.
Normally entirely inhospitable, like normally entirely violent, horrifically wild creatures, apparently could just kind of be tamed via communing with them. You just kind of do it.
Oh, did I accidentally roll too tame?
Yes.
Ha! I wasn't even trying. That might be part of the thing there.
So,
I mean, it was a very high nature check.
yep. So, anyway, you guys can grab your little teleportation device and everything, but one thing that you notice there, Patton, as you're looking at this, like now that your head is a bit clear, now that you're not under severe mana deprivation,
It's a piece of junk.
yeah, you're pretty sure this shouldn't have worked. Like, you're looking at this and you have no idea how the hell this worked. Like, none of this should go together to make a functional teleportation device.
Half the tubes aren't even connected. This is a trumpet, a music mixer, and some brass piping.
Well, you know what they say, Patton. There'll be water if God wills it.
I'm just gonna take this Brassmaster and put it in the garbage.
Just kind of forget about that one.
Yeah, the other thing that you're going to notice there is, oh man, this could have very easily killed us.
I'm gonna take out the trusty notebook. Brassmaster 5000. Put a line right through it.
So, Jiron,
Yeah.
you got a lot of mana, right? Time is going to sort of freeze.
Oh, here we go.
Uh-oh.
Can we
As you're going
go
to
like
see
3
the
episodes
line?
without going back to the fucking Jerryverse?
The line's gonna go right through that. Like the tip of the pencil is going to break off, and on that little snap, right?
Am I by the tree at least?
No,
God damn it.
not really. And even if you were, it wouldn't matter.
Just keep borrowing from the future
Grit.
to fix this one and put it off till later.
Grit teeth.
So, you're going to see, the sky goes red again, except this time the clouds are sort of going to coalesce, right?
Mhm.
You're going to see this big, bright, burning light that is then going to sort of flash, and then you're just going to see the clouds clear, and then from the night sky, you're going to see just a little eye-shaped hole emerge. One big red pupil, like a star, that's just going to turn and look at you.
Okay. I'm going to reach out to it.
What? Why?
Why not?
Why not?
Yeah, okay. Remember in Lord of the Rings when the hobbits saw the lidless eye of Sauron and said, "Hey, let's try talking to him."
He looks friendly.
What are you trying? Well, I'm gonna say hi to the next big bad then. Whatever. Sup, dude?
All right. So
Unless this is Michael
You're-
somehow.
So you're going to so roll me an Arcana check.
Oh boy. That's 21.
So 21, right?
Yeah.
The eye is going to close. It's going to reopen into millions of eyes,
Oh, good.
like millions of tiny, small eyes, right?
Yep.
You're going to feel each of them sort of start to draw from you, and you understand very, very implicitly right from the get-go that these are your pact.
Yep. I was kind of figuring that.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's draining, draining, draining. You feel very weak. Then the eye is going to close again. And you're going to look down at your hands and see that the vein system from your armor and your chest is sort of starting to extend down.
Kind of like fusing into me.
Yeah, as the rest of you guys are going to then break out of it as you now see Jiron sort of writhing.
I mean, honestly, he's done this whole writhing in pain thing so many times it doesn't even surprise me anymore.
Yeah.
I'll get my smelling salts. John, can you hand me a wooden stick?
Should
No,
we get
yeah,
ready
he's-
to put him
he's
back in his
fine.
own body again?
It just really hurts.
Well, he'll be
Okay,
fine.
I thought he was just having a straight up fucking seizure.
No,
I was gonna make sure he didn't swallow his own tongue.
but you're more or less having your mana forcibly drained from you right now. And it ain't fun.
Man, I wonder what could have caused that.
I was gonna mutter to myself, sometimes the ends justify the means. And just kind of like drop to a knee.
Yeah, and so at that your eyes are just going to start glowing then as well. As you're going to see a little rift open up right around hand level for him, and a pair of scarred tiefling hands, sort of the same general with the same like scar pattern as Giron's are going to reach out and just quickly shove a pair of gloves onto Giron's hands.
Well, all right then.
As your eyes are then going to go back, the hands are going to come back in.
Yep.
And you're going to see the pattern extend onto those gloves, but then sort of retract back. And that seems to have stopped the back flow quite so much. So, mechanically speaking, these are Gloves of Eldritch Admixture.
Ooh.
Level 8 hand slot item.
Why does Jerry get cool stuff for being a dingus?
Nice.
What did he do right there that was being a dingus?
Gee, I don't know. Do we want, like, you want me to get the list?
Get the list!
This is why I like Jerry.
He was about to broadcast what's-her-face's whole, like, I'm gonna fucking kill you guys thing.
Oh, I'm doing that later.
No! What is wrong with
This
you?
is why I like Jerry.
This is some I cut the brakes wild card, bitches.
I mean, Elias is supposed to like be diametrically opposed to everything Jerry does.
No, Elias is like on the side of not dumb, on the side of good smart.
So these are from the Adventurer's Vault. So, property here. When you deal extra damage as a result of your Warlock's Curse, you can choose that damage to be acid, cold, or fire, or leave it untyped. And then, as an encounter power, you got 5 charges. So, free action. The next action you make this turn that deals damage, depending on how many charges you spend, 1 charge, 1d6 damage, 2 charges, 2d6 damage, or 5 charges, 3d6 damage. This extra damage can be acid, cold, or fire damage.
Holy shit.
So basically, once per encounter, you can choose to spend some of the charges in the gloves to do some extra damage on your attacks. And in terms of the in-character thing there, you're sort of as you sort of mess with these a bit, they're manipulating the flow in and out from your pact. It's another focus for your pact.
Nice.
Oh, hold on. Somebody's at our door. 1 second.
Riveting podcast material.
So sorry about that. There was somebody at the door.
It was the
Ugh.
police.
Yes.
Turns out revival's canceled. I'm going away from murder for 20 years.
Oh no.
I always knew he had it in him.
You know who the person he killed was? Me. DM's been a ghost this whole time.
I thought you were going to say Matt.
That too.
Ramping up to it.
Speaking of murdering Matt, what did he just get?
He got some Gloves of Eldritch Admixture from probably future him.
So I'm going to have to give those back at some point.
Probably. So, did you added them to your thing?
Yep, they're on my sheet.
So these are some snazzy, like leather studded sort of combination leather and,
Some of that leather pleather.
yeah, basically like leather banded gloves here, sort of going along with the theme of your armor there.
Biker Jerry.
Yeah, pretty much. Like now it looks kind of like he's got bike leathers.
Nice.
Don't try to stand out too much.
You still feel your hands like buzzing with that energy there, but it seems like it's more or less under control.
Okay. What I was thinking of doing was like trying to meditate, sort of. And
No,
like,
yeah, you can do plenty of that as you guys are actually going to, tuck in for the night. So are you guys going to do anything, contact anybody before you go to bed? All right.
I feel like that's probably a good place to cut it.
Yep. So as you guys go back into the truck to settle down for the night, or back to the gardens if you actually want to be there.
I think we'll be okay. I want to stick around the Displacer Beast.
All right. So, as Elias, you know that thing, right?
What thing?
You go up into the truck to go to sleep. Maval Jr. is gonna come over to you, sort of like do that thing where a cat will like just like rub up against you once, and then it's gonna go immediately back to Mavala.
True. I'm gonna pat Specky when
You buy a cat and the only person it likes is like your mom. Never you.
But that's okay, I have my own rock monster cat.
Yes. As you guys are all going to settle down for the night, that will be a good point to cut it for this episode. Lessons learned. Maybe be a bit more cautious next time.
Nah.
I think it would turn out fine.
Maybe don't take everything that everyone says at complete face value.
That disagrees.
I was too busy doing research.
Doing research, quotes.
I mean, it's getting more and more to be like some sort of crazy ranger adventure man and less scientist, but you know.
I mean, it's getting more along the lines of all of that nonsense that you hated back in college.
Well, I mean, not really. It's more like Tarzan if Tarzan hated vines.
I think that's a good statement to end it on. Just... What the hell?
What do you mean, what the hell?
Tarzan if Tarzan hated vines.
You know, he's always swinging from them, but, you know, if he hated the forest and he was just like, fuck these vines.
Hey, speaking of hating things, my name's Tad. I play Patton. I do Let Me Tell You About. It's on iTunes, YouTube, Google Play, website, LMTYA.com. Same place where you can find Revival and all that jazz. Discord in the description, Patreon in the description. Now, Michael,
It's
go.
me, Michael, the cool guy, who gets everything right, and everyone still tries to kill Elias in the end.
Alright, I'm Matt. I can be found on Twitter at LMTYA Matt, and I also have a podcast that I record once a month called The Sweet Life of Matt and Kody. Check it
Now,
out.
Dan, cut him off.
I mean, he was done. He was just done.
No, Dan, cut him off.
Matt, start talking again.
Okay, good. Is this what we're doing? Is this how we're doing this? We're not actually doing the outro for real? Okay. Anyway, you can find me on Discord, not on Twitter because I don't use that mess. Find me and Michael streaming video games on twitch.tv/bro_operatives for co-op game fun times. That'll do it. That was episode 50. 50th episode. Whoa.
We did it, Reddit.